Ready? All right. Good evening and welcome to the City of Indio joint closed session with Indio Water Authority. My name is Waymond Fermon. I'm the mayor of the city, and I'll be chairing this portion of the meeting. Today's date is Wednesday, December 7th. Could I have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Miller.
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Ortiz.
Present.
And Mayor Fermon.
Present.
And at this time, we have Councilmember Holmes and Councilmember Ramos Amit absent.
Okay, thank you. The next item is item number 2, public comment. Do we have anyone for public comment on this closed session?
None, Mayor.
Okay, we will now move to item number 3, which is adjourn to closed session. Item 3.1, conference of real property negotiators pursuant to California Government Code Section 54956.8, property 45125 Smurr Street, Suites A and B. It's negotiated parties, City of Indio and City Manager Montgomery and Everbloom Coffee will adjourn.
Let it go a little. Okay, you're ready?
All right, are we ready? Ready to go? All righty, good evening, and I will call this meeting to order, a joint council meeting with Indio Water Authority. My name is Waymond Fermon. I'm the mayor of the city, and I'll be chairing this portion of the meeting. Welcome to all of our visitors. We have a packed house, so thank you for joining us. Before we move forward, I just want to announce some special folks that we have in the house. We always like to recognize our folks and our elected officials. We do have our Indio Planning Commission member, Gloria Francis, here with us. Welcome. We also have another planning commissioner out in the back, Mr. Gabriel Fajardo. He's really good. And we also have College of the Desert Board of Trustees Chair, Mr. Ruben Perez is here. Do I see? Oh, okay. Kim, I'm sorry, I didn't see. We have Kimberly Barajas. She's in here, Desert Healthcare District. Do we have any other elected officials or newly elected officials? All right. Welcome, everybody. I'll continue on to our next item before we take care of some business there. And so our next item is invocation. Madam Clerk, do we have someone from invocation?
Yes, but before that, let's do oral.
Oh, we have roll call. I'm sorry.
Thank you,
Waymond's moving fast today.
Councilmember Holmes.
Present.
Councilmember Miller.
Present.
Councilmember Ramos Amit. And she is presently in Zoom. Mayor Pro Tem Ortiz.
Present.
And Mayor Fermon.
Present. Next item is invocation.
Yes, this time we have Claudia Armenta.
Okay, if we can ask everyone to stand. We do not endorse any religious beliefs, so if we could take this moment if you'd like to step out. If not, please join us.
Makwali Teutlag ne no toka Sitlali, Claudia Armenta. Hello, my name is Claudia Armenta. Before I start this blessing, I would like to acknowledge the caretakers of these lands, water, air, and the ground we stand upon now, the Kauai people. We are thankful and honored for the opportunity to work, to live, and to play in these lands. And I will begin with our prayer. We are here to ask the Creator and our ancestors for guidance, wisdoms, and blessings. May they guide our steps, thoughts, and hearts wherever we go and the decisions we make. We ask the Creator for strength and clarity, and we pray for all those who serve, all council members, mayors, city staff, police, the community of Indio, and all the newly elected officials. Thank you, Creator, for this day and this moment in time. May the Creator and our ancestors continue to guide us all elected officials. May they continue to guide Oscar Ortiz in his new term. We pray that you continue becoming a reference model for best practices for the city of Indio during your term. Thank you.
Right. If we can remain standing, I can ask the Mayor Pro Tem to lead us to the pledge of flag.
Now, please place your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, the next item is item number 4, City Attorney Report on Closed Session. City Attorney, do we have anything to report?
Thank you, Mayor. At this time, we have nothing to report on closed session.
All righty, so we'll move to item number 5, which are city clerk items. Our first item is item 5.1, resolution number 10335, certifying the general municipal election held November 2022, and this will be taken care of by our clerk, Sabdi Sanchez.
Thank you, Mayor. On November 8th, a general election was held in the city of Indio, consolidated with election activities with the county of Riverside. The city of Indio had one elective office consisting of one 4-year city council seat for District 3. At the time of the election, the city of Indio had 8,193 registered voters in District 3, of whom 3,301 cast ballots. The election was certified on December 1st, and the results show that incumbent Councilmember Elaine Holmes was reelected as Councilmember for District 3 with 1,648 votes. Staff's recommendation tonight is that the City Council adopt Resolution number 10335, officially certifying the results of the election as reported by the county.
Right, thank you. Could I have a vote, please, or is there any discussion?
Do we need a motion?
I mean, a motion,
Yes,
yeah?
we need a motion.
Motion?
I'll motion to approve.
I'll second that.
So I have a motion by Mayor Pro Tem Ortiz, a second by Councilmember Miller. Could I have a vote, please?
Councilmember
Aye.
Mello.
Aye.
Member Ramos Amit.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Ortiz.
Aye.
And Mayor Fermon.
Aye, motion passes unanimously. So we'll move on to item 5.2, which is oath of office for incoming council members. And this will also be handled by our city clerk administrator, Sabdi Sanchez.
Thank you, Mayor. So at this time, I will administer the oath of office to Councilmember-elect Elaine Holmes, reelected at the November 8th general election, and Councilmember-elect Waymond Fermon and Councilmember-elect Oscar Ortiz, both appointed as elected by resolution of the City Council approved on August 24th, 2022. And if I can have all of you come to the bottom of the dais, and I will give you the oath. And just for, let's do one at a time. So if I can have Elaine first, ladies first.
Can we line up?
Okay, Elaine.
Yes.
Raise your right hand. And state your name.
I, Elaine Holmes,
Do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. There's your certificate of election. Congratulations. After you. Okay.
You gotta walk me through this, okay?
Raise your right hand. I, and then state your name,
I, Waymond Fermon,
do solemnly swear or affirm
do solemnly swear or affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign or domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of
that
California,
I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
that I will faithfully and discharge
the duties upon which I am about to enter.
the duties which I'm about to enter.
Thank you. Congratulations.
So,
Okay. Move for picture. I, and state your name,
I, Oscar Ortiz,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
or affirm
or affirm
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United
the
States
Constitution of the United
and
States
the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United
to
States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of
and the
California,
Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I am about to
the
enter.
duties upon which I'm about to enter.
Thank you. Congratulations.
It's somebody so
Tara? All three? Right. Excited stuff, right? It's all quiet. City manager, we need oxygen in the room. We need to inject some oxygen. Where's Tim at? There, Tim, oxygen. All right, next item is item 5.3, rotation of mayor and mayor pro tem with presentation to Waymond Fermon for his services mayor. Staff report. Let me see this.
So Mayor, if I may, so per resolution 9507, the rotation of mayor and mayor pro tem is held every year. So at this time, you can pass the gavel to Mayor pro tem Ortiz. He becomes mayor for the 2023 year, and Councilmember Ramos Amit becomes mayor pro tem for next year.
Right. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Well, before I pass this, before I pass this, I just wanted to say to the community, thank you. I want to thank our city staff, the city of Indio. I want to thank my colleagues. We made history 4 years ago when Oscar and myself were elected, and we're still making history of Mr. Ortiz being the youngest mayor in the city of Indio's history. And I think that deserves a round of applause. And also, this past year, being the first African-American mayor of our city shows the progress that we've made in our world, our country, our city. I love working for our residents in the city of Indio. There's a lot of sacrifices that we make as electeds, and I'm willing to do them all over to serve our community. I think the proof is on our streets that our council and our city has worked hard for our residents. I tell folks, I say, I'm not in competition with any other city. I'm in competition with Old Indio, and we're in a 7-game series, right? And I have a chip on my shoulder, and that's championship. And we have to win, and we're winning. And so with that being said, I'm here for 4 more years, serving our community. And when it's time for me to either move up or step aside, Indio is always going to be my home. Our residents trusted me. They elected me. And it's been great. And it's been an honor to serve our community in this capacity, all the way to being in Washington, D.C. to represent our community, being a law enforcement officer to represent our community. Wearing these hats mean a lot to me. They mean a lot to my family. And so I want to thank you all for being here. Thank our council for being bold and working with us and turning a new leaf in our city. And the city is going to be in great hands when I pass this gavel over to our incoming mayor. And it's yours, bro. Absolutely.
So I just want to say, it's been an honor being your mayor pro tem. We're really proud of the job that you've done here for our city as our mayor. I've witnessed the amount of effort that you put into your work. On top of having a full-time job, on top of having your family at home, you put in so much effort into this work to make our community a better place. And, I've been at your side in some of the very difficult decisions that we had to make, hard conversations that we've had to do. And you're very thoughtful with every word, every action, every decision. So we're all really lucky to have you in our community and have you as our mayor. Appreciate you.
Mayor, shall we?
Ooh, Oscar, move the chair.
Oh, you got the chair.
Oh, sorry.
Thank you. And
Oh, this is for you, man.
is that for me?
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
Yeah.
So I do get a new gavel.
Yeah.
Yes, 49er red. There you go.
Right, and now we'll go ahead and open it up for remarks from our council. Ms. Amit, do you have any remarks?
Of course I do. I am so proud and honored to have been a member of this council for the past 4 years. And I'm extremely proud of our new members who have just 100% committed, gone gung-ho above and beyond, especially our past mayor, Mayor Fermon. You're right, Mayor Ortiz. This man has so many things going on, but he did not in any way shortchange the community of Indio because he gave himself 100%. And I'm so proud of him. And I know that you're going to do just as great a job as he has. I look forward to serving under your mayorship. And I want to congratulate all of the newly electeds to another 4 years. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem Amit. Can we go ahead and move on to Mr. Miller?
Thank you, Mayor. Waymond, a great job you did. I can't say enough about your energy, your enthusiasm, not only for your community, but for your family. You did an excellent job of being everywhere. I watched your posts, but the thing was that you worked as a team with the rest of us and our staff to make sure that the city was put first, and you did an excellent job of representing us. And I was proud to work underneath you and work with you. And Oscar, congratulations on being reelected, all of you, but Oscar on being mayor. Look forward to your leadership and joining the Mayor's Club. And Waymond, welcome to the past Mayor's Club. So we look forward to another 4 years of working with all three of you, and congratulations to not only just you, but our community for continuing to support good leaders. And I'm looking forward to the next year.
Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Miller. Appreciate it. Councilmember Holmes?
Absolutely. Mayor Fermon, what a year it has been for you and for this city. You embraced this city with your heart and soul. Anything that came your way, you jumped in, you attacked it, you embraced it, you moved forward, you charged forward. It was just so great to see you in action. It was so great to see the heart, the passion that you have for this community and just watching it grow. It was a pleasure serving as your council member. I'm very excited about what the future holds. This last year, you laid a lot of groundwork, and Mayor Ortiz, you're going to have to pick up the ball and run with it. And Mayor Fermon, it is a pleasure. Thank you. Thank you for serving our community at the level that you did, which is the absolute highest level. And Mayor Oscar Ortiz, it's been great. All of us have worked together solidly as a team. As you pick up that gavel and run with it, I know you'll embrace the community. I know that you'll bring new things and new energy and new perspective, which is what being on council is all about. So I wish you the best in this coming year, and I look forward to serving as your council member. Thank you.
I think I just have to rotate seats, so I think we could take
I have a couple more comments.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Mayor. My apologies.
No, I just want to say how happy I am with the atmosphere that we created during this campaign season. I think we were able to have a very respectful campaigns focused on our community's issues, and we haven't always had that in the city or in our other communities. So I think our campaign teams did a great job in setting a good example for our future candidates in our surrounding cities, and show us how we can just have discussions and debates and keep it professional and keep it focused on the issues important to our communities. To Councilmember Elaine Holmes, congratulations on another term on council. Thank you for being so committed to our city. Councilmember Holmes has been serving our community for 12 years now, and it'll be 16 at the end of this term. So that's a huge commitment, and we appreciate the effort and the enthusiasm that you bring with your work here on the council. And I look forward to keep working with you and having all the fun conversations, the interesting conversations, and also the difficult conversations that we love to have behind the scenes and on the dais. So congratulations. Mr. Fermon, congratulations again. As I mentioned, I look forward to another 4 years of working by your side. We've been able to get through some of the difficult conversations together, whether it's housing, public safety, homelessness, utilities. And you really helped us take these conversations to another level, and it shows in the work that we've been able to accomplish here in the past few years. So thank you again and congratulations. And, I'm excited for this year. We have a great council that's going to be able to make some very bold decisions here for our community. As we grow, we want to keep growing steadily and responsibly and keep working through some of these issues that have been troubling our city for decades. And so we also have a great staff. Our management team here has been doing a great job. I want to thank our management team, Mr. Montgomery, Chief Washburn, Mr. Rockwell, Ms. Sabdi Sanchez, Mr. Snyder, Mr. Tim Wassel, Mr. Trejo, Mr. Trujillo, Mr. Morgan, and Mr. Ansurian. You've all helped build an environment here that's very motivating, it's organized, and it's very respectful. And I think that's really bringing out the best in your teams. And we can see that through the successes that we're seeing here in the city. So a big thank you to our management, our staff, and also to our friends and families that support us and keep us going. And thank you to our community that keeps supporting us as we grow into a bigger and better city. With that, we're going to take a quick 5 to 10 minute break to take some pictures and reorganize up here. So if you guys want to stay around for another 10 minutes and say hi, and then we'll keep going with the rest of the meeting. Good. Thanks. Everybody ready?
You and her decide that.
All right. Let's see. Where's my agenda?
Gotta call order again.
All right. We'll go ahead and call the meeting back to order. Can we get a roll call, please?
Councilmember Fermon,
Present.
Councilmember Holmes,
Present.
Councilmember Miller,
Present.
Mayor Pro Tem Ramos Amit,
Present.
and Mayor Ortiz.
Present. Thank you, Ms. Sanchez. We'll go ahead and move on to item number 8, presentations. We have a presentation by Jan Hawkins of the Living Desert.
Good evening, esteemed City Council. Congratulations, Mayor Ortiz and Mayor Fermon, for what you've done for the city. And hello, Glenn and Lupe. I'm Jan Hawkins from the Living Desert Zoo and Gardens. Tonight, normally Alan Monroe, our CEO, would be here to do the presentation, but he's at the Monterey Bay Aquarium. Tells me he's on a special project. I think he's swimming with the sharks, but at any rate, I brought with me Bill Apple, who is our chairman of the board. Bill, wave your hand. All right, Bill, thanks. He's my support. So before I get started, I wanted to give you a bit of context on my love affair with the city of Indio. I arrived 47 years ago in Indio, worked at the Sears Mall. That goes way back. Fast forward, from probably another 20 years ago, I was the director of development for the Boys and Girls Clubs of Coachella Valley, very near and dear to my heart for 10 years. I went from there, I went to College of the Desert as director of development for their foundation during the time period when the satellite campus was being built, and which of course exploded. And so I got to drive by tonight coming here to see the progress that you're making. So congrats on that. As well, my husband has been coming here for over 3 decades. He's a sitting judge at Larson and comes every day because I'm working every day for the Living Desert that I love. So I know I've got to hurry this up, but IT, can we start my presentation? Please, thank you. Perfect. So I got to figure out how to do this right. So the purpose tonight is to update. We're trying to go to all city councils and let everyone know what it is that we're doing, because the Living Desert is a gem in the Coachella Valley, and your residents, it's a place for them to go. So I wanted to go through our Pride of the Desert capital campaign that we're in the middle of. It has a 2-pronged reason for the name. We're proud of the Living Desert, and we'll be bringing in a pride of lions, if this all comes through. Okay, so oh, yeah. So this is an aerial view of the campus of the Living Desert. It's expanded. We're 1,200 acres. Our zoo is on 80 acres of the footprint, and we've built it out from 52 years ago. Have you all seen the commercial on television?
Come on! Did you know there are 5 different species of rhinos? These are black rhinos.
I'm just hitting it.
Wallabies jump really high. Cheetahs can't roar. Best day ever!
So we're very proud of what we do. There are 2 things that we're especially proud of. One of them is education. We love to educate people that come to the Living Desert and share with them the wonders of the natural world. Every year, over 100,000 children come to the Living Desert. About 30-some thousand in a typical year come through school field trips. Indio schools are a big portion of that. We bring all the kids, and they get curriculum ahead of time, and they get hands-on education. This is a heat map of the students that come from Southern California. They come from Brawley all the way up to Santa Barbara. They drive past the San Diego Zoo and they drive past the LA Zoo because they appreciate what education we can give them. We love to see yellow school buses in the parking lot. That makes us the happiest. During this time of year, today when I came into work, there was a group of kids from Redlands, and they were just so excited. Our animal keepers teach the children about desert conservation, recycling, why it's important to protect the planet. They show them the animals. They bring the animals to them. We've cut back because of COVID, but we'll be instituting the assemblies at the schools at some point. We have a donor that also funds the Boys and Girls Clubs to come to zoo camp. So every year we have Indio students that get to come to our zoo camp in the summer. They have a great time. Many of them don't get, as you know, out of their neighborhoods. And so we love bringing them to the zoo. Our wallaby, I don't know who's looking at who. Pretty cute. If a picture is worth 1,000 words, an experience is worth 1,000 pictures. That's Sylvia Earle, famed nature author. So the second thing that we're passionate about is the conservation impact. We want to teach the future generations, and the only way we can do that is by boots on the ground. So we have over 50 projects in 12 different countries. A lot of people don't know that about us, but we fund small amounts, $10,000 here and there for the community-based programs to save the Mexican wolf, which is here. We work on the desert tortoise. So we not only do local projects, but we also work in countries. One of the local projects are these little tortoise hatchlings. They're very endangered. The ravens love to prey on them until they're 2 years old or so. Their little shells are soft to them, and they can just peck through them. It's really heartbreaking. So we have a Head Start program, it's called, and we have a whole bunch of little tortoises that we raise until they're large enough and resilient enough to put out into the desert. One of the overseas programs that we do, Somaliland is an unincorporated country. They're not recognized in Africa, but they are wonderful. They're doing wonderful things with some of our animals, some of the desert animals. And one of the projects that they do is they run a cheetah sanctuary, because many of the Arab leaders will have a cheetah for a few years because it's a huge status symbol, and then they toss them away. And so in many instances, their cubs are left orphaned. And so Somaliland has set up an animal sanctuary for cheetahs. We sent a group of about 5 of our keepers out over there this summer, and they worked with the cheetahs, feeding them and helping them to get back into, to bring them back into good health, and so that they can stay in the sanctuary. And this is an example in Somaliland with one of our keepers and a baby cheetah. So why should Indio help to support the living desert? Your residents love us. We have a lot of visits from the Indio residents. How many? Almost 30,000 times last year. We track that. We have welcomed over 12 million guests total over the last 52 years, 12 million total guests. It's pretty amazing. So what's the impact of community support? We've done economic impact reports. We've generated over $500 million of economic impact over the last 10 years, about $50 million a year. What does that mean for you? That's jobs, tourist spending, taxes, professional service, utilities. The Rhino Savannah that many of you, I hope, have seen was funded with local labor. All of our laborers, none of them were trucked in. They all come from the local community, and I'm sure many from Indio. This is at our grand opening for the Living Desert. Supervisor Perez is on the left. I think his son was here. Yes. Oh, he left. So this is our great rhino savanna. If you haven't seen it, it's on 4 acres. There are several other species. There's 12 other species of antelope and gazelle and birds in with them, which is very unusual, but we're very forward thinking in how we do our habitats. We do huge habitats with multi-species, trying to make it as naturalistic as possible for the animals. So if you go to Africa, this is what you'll see. This is Naya, our female. She loves a mud bath. We imported Parisian mud just for her mud bath, but she's having a great time. So the mud works as a sunscreen as well as keeps the flies off. She's going to do a 2-step here. See that? She's having a good time. So she shakes it off at the end of the night, and then the next morning she comes back and does it again. So she's pretty spectacular to see. We have a male and a female. Eventually they'll breed once they get googly eyes. And how do you eat a watermelon if you're a rhino? You use your horn, and there you go. It just, that's her favorite food. So other things for you all to do, wild lights, that's going on now during the weekends, and it's an economical event out. It's a tradition for our families. We get many families from Indio, from all over the community, as well as tourism. But the Wild Lights continues, and we're very proud of it. Lots of people. For those of you that came last spring, we did a new event called Glow in the Dark. Councilmember Fermon, you're nodding your head. So I invite everyone. We're doing it for another 40 days, I think, 40 nights in this coming spring. So it's another great family thing to do. So we also have to invest back into the park, right? So if you've been there during Wild Lights, you know the parking situation, you know that the lines of traffic that line up. So we're investing back in. One of the things that we're doing is taking out the existing administration buildings that were there from decades ago, and we're building new offices offsite for our animal keepers and gardeners and many other staff. So that loosens up parking spaces. So we'll be gaining a couple hundred spaces. So the Pride of the Desert capital campaign is about ready to start this phase of it. And if you've been up there, we have, during busy times, it's very difficult just to get a hamburger or a hot dog because of the long lines. We have over 600,000 people now coming through the park. So to alleviate the long lines, we'll be building a new cafe and marketplace. That'll be just outside of the Bighorn Mountain, where the Bighorn sheep are. And we're excited. We're super excited. We'll have a splash pad as well. So during the summer, the families, moms, and kids will have another place to go to. So we're excited. So Lion Ridge is our big news. We expect it to open in November of 2025. Yes, it's a $60 million project. That's on top of $40 million that we raised for the rhinos and the opening, which we paid for, came in on budget. So we're now looking to do Lion Ridge. These are some renderings of it. The boulders that the children on the left are sitting on will be temperature controlled. So if you have cats, you know that cats like nothing better than to sit in the sun, right? When it's cold out now. So we'll have heated boulders in the winter and cooling boulders during the summer. So kids get to see what it feels like, and then the lions will be on the other side. So we're pretty excited about that. And if you'll notice on the lions on the top, so yes, there's a barrier there, but those are catwalks, and so they get access to 2 to 3 different habitats, and they'll get to go where they want. On the left, you see the lions on the net. That's how we train our animals, so that we can look at their paws, we can get them to open their mouths and check their dental, see if they have dental problems like we all do, for stickers or whatever in their paws. So we do a lot of positive reinforcement for training, for participation in their own health. And the second part of this is a 500-seat Convention and Event Center. And it will seat 500 people. It backs up to the Lion Den, so that if you have your sales meeting or we have a conference or a wedding, the curtains go up and you're going to have a den of lions behind you. So if you don't meet your sales records, and boom, you're off to the Lions Den. So this will give the whole Coachella Valley an additional venue during the summer and the shoulder months to attract people to come in. They can have destination weddings during the summer months, which we do a lot of, but only during the winter when the weather is nice. So we're looking forward to that. This is another rendering of the outside patio of the event center. Curtains rise. See the lions behind them. So this is a unique venue, right, Jim? Curtis? Yes. So that's just a sample of that. So how can you help become an annual supporter of our education programs, sponsor community activities, partner with our conservation programs, and we have naming opportunities. I also wanted to point out, because we are really concentrating on underserved populations. So one of the things that we're doing a couple of things. If we have any guests with EBT cards, they get in for $3 just to admissions for the park. Our education department is offering a 90% discount on all the family and education programs. So Zoo Camp is 90% off. It's about something like $200 for the week in the summer. It'll drop it to $20. So all of our education, family, and kid programs will be available at that 90% discount with the EBT card. The second thing is we're partnering with the Indio Teen Center, not the Smilo one at Boys and Girls Club, but the Indio Teen Center across from the high school. And starting in January, we're working with a group of students over there, and we'll be doing cross teaching. We'll take our keepers to the teen center, and then we'll bring the kids to the Living Desert. And the point of it is really to show them job opportunities, that there's so many things to do to work in another line of work at the zoo that you wouldn't even think about: education, animal care, nutrition, all those good things. So we're looking forward to starting that as soon as we can in January. So I think that's it. I'm sorry I went over my 7 minutes. I just can't do it in less than
No worries. Thank you. Thank you so much
for the time.
Appreciate it. Do you have any questions from our council?
I just have a comment. I just want to say thank you for your presentation. Thank you for the many, many years of serving our community, and thanks to Living Desert. I mean, for some of us who grew up here, there was nothing better than having that yellow school bus pull up, at the Living Desert, or that date on the calendar. We knew we were going there, and to see what's going on now, I'm pretty sure our city will support Living Desert or continue to support. So just thank you. Appreciate it.
Yep. Thank you so much.
Any comments from Mr. Miller?
Yeah, thank you very much. Jan, thank you for your presentation, your dedication to our valley as a whole. You've done excellent work of supporting our community, and I want to thank you for the presentation. And Mr. Apple for coming out. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to be there, but to the two of you, thank you very much for what you continue to do for our community. And this is just an amazing facility. Thank you.
Thank you, Glenn.
Thank you. Mayor Pro Tem?
No, thank you. I appreciate the presentation.
Thanks. Yeah, great presentation. And, we do appreciate the service you have for our residents and the conservation work there I've been learning about recently. So I know there's a lot of great things going on there. Some great workers that you guys have hired there recently. Do you know anything about the nursery that they're thinking about bringing back?
So, well, actually, we'll be building a nursery in the new area where the staff buildings are. And we took a slide out to try to shorten it up, but we have a picture of the nursery.
Oh, nice.
So it'll be off-site, but what we'll love to do is take people on behind-the-scenes tours of those people interested in plants, because we can show the varieties of the plants that are, water friendly and what they should be, planting in there. Is there a reason to ask about the nursery?
Oh no, I think everybody's heard about me talking about native plants all the time.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Right.
So we're just really excited about having.
Yep.
Will you guys be providing any of those for sale for other organizations at all?
Yeah, we got rid of the retail store that we had, and that became Australia with the wallabies.
Gotcha.
It was a better use of that land. But we have a few plants that are in the retail store, mostly the milkweed, things that attract
Nice.
for the butterflies.
Yeah.
But you're not the first person to ask that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, well, thank you.
People do miss it.
Thank you for all you do
All right,
for our
thank you so much.
community. Appreciate
And
it.
my daughter, probably 30 years ago, was one of the first YAC members. So,
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Thanks.
All right. We'll go ahead and move on to our next item, report by Youth Advisory Council. It's Mia Bella. Right.
Hello, everyone. My name is Mia Bella Cancino, and I am this year's publicist for the Indio Youth Advisory. To start off this week's YAC report, we attended the Indio tree lighting ceremony last week, and it was a great and wonderful event. And we were so happy to see Santa Claus. And we hope to volunteer again next year. On December 14th, we will be volunteering for the Desert Recreation Center's annual Santa Hotline, where we will be elves. Also, our Indio Run subcommittee is still working out the details of our proposed event, such as location and directions. We hope to have more information at the next meeting. Our blanket drive is starting now to December 14th. The blanket drive boxes can be found at the Indio Police Center, the Teen Center, the Indio Water Authority, and here at the Indio City Hall. Lastly, on behalf of YAC, we would like to congratulate our new mayor of Indio, Oscar Ortiz. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. And thanks for the report. We'll go ahead and move on to our next item, city manager reports and information. We have a discussion on Imperial Irrigation District matters.
Yeah, I'll jump to that after just a few thank yous to YAC and all of the community that participated in the tree lighting ceremony and the outstanding Tamale Festival, which I'm sure some of you will address. This coming weekend, our second Saturday concerts, free concerts downtown, 6 p.m., Smurr and Miles. So certainly invite folks to participate in that. And of course, on behalf of the 300 plus employees of Team Indio, we congratulate all those that have been reelected to serve us and as a team, but also as a community. With regard to the IID issue, the city council is well aware, but we continue to work with them and helping to explain to the community that there's a significant, serious, and critical need for investment in our infrastructure relating to IID, the electrical infrastructure in the community. Just received word again today that there is a path forward. The IID team is working on some ideas coupled with what we have been presenting over the last several months. And we should, over the next week to 10 days, see a more refined proposal that we would be able to discuss at the next city council meeting. We thought perhaps it could be this evening, but it's not quite ready for that. But the good news is there's progress. But again, just wanting to remind those that may be listening in the community, not just Indio, but the whole Coachella Valley here that is served by IID, that there is a significant need for an upgrade to the IID infrastructure. And we're just happy that IID is certainly realizing that as well. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mr. Montgomery. We'll move on to reports on city council external and internal boards. Would you like to start us off, Mr. Fermon?
Yes, I'll go ahead and get us started. I'll start off by with the CVAG Executive Committee meeting. I missed the meeting on inadvertently. However, some big things that were passed that I want to share. And one in particular is we authorized the CVAG regional transportation funding in the amount of little over $30 million for this project. That's a little over 89 million, right? Right, Tim? So this is big news. And the reason why it's big news, a lot of times we work on these projects, you might start them off, but your predecessor finishes them. So the baton is in our hand right now, and we're coming to the finish line on this project that started in 2007. And, it took a lot of hard work, a lot of different entities to come together and make this happen. And we all know the challenges that we have on some of our interchanges, and I'm happy to announce, that that's number one priority with the Coachella Valley Association of Governments. And number two is our Jackson Bridge. And our staff has done a good job of working with council and the community on being shovel ready. So when funding's there, we're going to be ready to go. So that's big news to authorize that funding. And also funding for the next steps for the art and music line, which is another 36 million, that we're getting for this project. And so this is going to be from a line from La Quinta through Indio to Coachella, a thoroughfare of just shade, some innovation with our sidewalks and streets and signs that's going to be welcoming to our community and our tours for our festivals, and make it easier to travel about the cities, because we all know as one city goes, we all go. And so it's just going to be another great project that we're doing here in the Valley. I also attended the Peace Officer Award ceremony where we honored a police officer here in the city of Indio, Mr. Brian Traham. Great officer. He's been working with the city for a number of years. I've done work with Officer Traham myself, working in my department. He's well known in the community. Really good officer. So it was just a pleasure and honor that he was able to get that award there, along with all the other first responders, our fire department. So a lot of great stuff going on there. So that was great. And we also had the opportunity to honor Hunter Lopez and his family for his service as well. So a great ceremony. Hats off to the Palm Desert for hosting that. I also took part in the John Noble's Memorial Park planning community meeting, which was great. We had a good turnout and very encouraging news in our community as we move forward on this property with this complex that we're working on with Hagen Group. And so I thank the community for coming out, and we're going to continue to work to memorialize the folks who live in the John Nobles area. We had a lot of different folks, and since that meeting, I had folks who reached out to me who were mailmen, who worked at the school, who were just community members. So we're moving pretty well, but it was just a great, refreshing meeting to hear some of the stories and understand the progress we're making in our city in that area. I also had the honor of emceeing our tree lighting ceremony. Great ceremony, lots of fun. I especially like to hear the kids sing. The kids were great. We had the Christmas carolers, great lighting of our new Christmas tree. We were very excited about that. Everybody loved the new Christmas tree. And at the end of the night, Santa showed up. So that was great. The kids and our yak, got a chance to take pictures with Santa. So being that we have all this construction going on downtown, we were still able to make that happen. So thank you to our city staff for working that. And also thank you to Mr. Jim Curtis. Even though he wasn't the MC this year, he was working hard behind the scenes to make sure everything went off without a hitch like he always does. So thank you, Mr. Curtis. And I talked about the construction downtown, and that's a perfect segue to our Tamale Festival. As we all know, we moved the Tamale Festival to the Miles Park, and I'm sure my colleagues will mention this as well. Excellent event. I use the word phenomenal. Great experience. Everyone I talked to said it was a great Tamale Festival, and we just build upon traditions and generations to get here. And it was supposed to be a temporary location. However, folks said that we think we bought a we found a new home for the Tamale Festival. And I just want to thank our city manager, CUSP agency, who are the promoters who we worked with, all the tamale vendors. Congratulations to the winners. There were lots of food, a lot of different stuff going on. Car show. I heard the wrestling was a hit. I missed the wrestling. We had Macho Bandas. Is that who they were? Banda Machos. They were a hit the last night. So great event. And just working and talking to the promoters, they're already talking about next year. And so, of course, there's always improvements that we can make. However, this was a great event, and hats off to everyone who made it possible. So that would conclude my report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember Fermon.
Actually, I'm sorry. I do have something that happened today.
Go ahead.
Yes, and this is very important stuff. I did have a roundtable today with our governor's advisor on infrastructure, Mr. Antonio Villarreal-Gosa, and we talked about some of the infrastructure challenges that we have in our community and what the governor's wishes are, all the way up to how they're working with the federal government of getting that funding to our valley and our region. And we know that here in the Coachella Valley and on this side of Riverside County, sometimes those funds don't make it this far in our state. And I want to continue to work with our mayor and our council and make sure that we put the pressure on them to get those funds here. We focused and talked about water. We talked about broadband infrastructure. We talked about our roads and interchanges. And most importantly, and this conversation will continue, is our electric and power infrastructure, how that's important, especially in this region. The city managers have spoken that. And so Mr. Villarreal-Gosa was briefed on that. He's also briefed on our CV Rail project. So we'll be working and collaborating with other local officials and CVAG to put a list of priorities in front of him that we could push. So that was today. And so that will conclude my report, Mr. Mayor.
Thank you, Councilmember Fermon. Councilmember Elaine Holmes.
Well, that's a hard act to follow, but I'll try. The first comment I wanted to make is with respect to a city manager's update on IID. To have that kind of electrical upgraded structure in our city is huge. It's about jobs. The number of businesses it brings into our community, the number of jobs, the number of high-paying jobs is really significant. So thank you, City Manager, for all your hard work, and Mayor, and everybody that's been involved in this push for the last year and a half. It's really very, very important to the economic vitality of our city. Tamale Festival, yes, it was phenomenal. And I who would have thought? I have loved the Tamale Festival for the last 20 years in the downtown. I got to tell you, this was knocked it out of the park. Being at Miles Avenue Park and just the way it was designed and the lights and all the seating and the way the stages were laid out, really a great experience, either by day or by night. And I particularly like doing things in the evening, so that was a lot of fun. All my commissions were dark, but it was just for me a function of attending a whole lot of different things. The tree lighting, love the new tree. Again, Jim Curtis always, does a great job picking all the people that can sing and make it very, very festive and very fun. And this is one of the best years that I can remember in recent history. We had a whole lot of people attending, a lot of people excited, really great groups singing of all types. I think it really was one of the best ones. So thank you, Jim, and thank everyone for that effort. Attended the Blue Mass in honor of our police and fire at Our Lady of Perpetual Help earlier in the month. And then I was invited to speak at Spectrum / Charter Communications. They are here, they're up off of 42. They are a huge employer here in the city of Indio. And they are out there. They are not, it used to be we're doing fiber to the curb to get into homes and particularly businesses, but with their technology, they're doing fiber right up to the connecting to the office buildings. So they have some amazing and incredible products that are really going to bring this entire area, East Valley and the Coachella Valley, really strongly into the future. They talked about, and they wanted to know a little bit about how they could partner with us with respect to our desire for broadband and the study that we're doing. They're very interested in that. But what I walked away with was something that I felt was super important. They are hiring there. This company has such an opportunity for people do not need a high school diploma, needs to have graduated from high school. They have a technician program, 6 levels of technician. Entry-level technician 1 starts at about $23 or $24 an hour. And should you choose to climb to the rest of the steps, those steps are you go through a self-training overseen by a supervisor. And there is such a need for jobs in this particular area that you don't even have to apply for the job. If you've gone through the training and passed it successfully, you move into the next level of technician. They have stores that they need assistance in. Again, very, very well paying plus commission. They have engineering. They have a lot of jobs that a lot of us could walk through those doors. And with the amount of training, $10,000 worth of training and also toward education, I think it's a wonderful opportunity for the folks in our community to go to Charter Communications or Spectrum as it's called and look into it and put in an application. I think full-time jobs, there's plenty of them. For anybody who likes to be out there from a technical perspective, highly recommend looking into this company. And last but not least, everybody's seen my post. Love our farmers market. It's a lot of fun. It's every Saturday. I encourage everybody to go out there. I love all the outdoor stuff we have going on in Indio, whether it's second Saturdays or the farmers market. Got some really cool Christmas wreaths there. The other Sunday, my husband and I went and had breakfast and coffee, and it was sunny and pretty. So there's a lot of neat things going on in our community, and more to come in the coming year. Very, very excited to be a part of Indio. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Holmes. Councilmember Miller.
Thank you, Mayor. The only committee that I had was active was Sunline Transit Agency. A lot of good stuff going on at Sunline. We are moving forward with our solar field, which will take the whole Sunline facility off the grid. We'll be able to utilize our new solar field, which is on the back side of the actual existing building, and be able to put it up there where it'll provide power to not only the buildings that we have now, but into the future, including our new hydrogen cell fueling station. So that's great news for the Coachella Valley as a whole, and also for Sunline. They also are going to change starting in January 1st, our routes, mostly going through Indio. Our route number 1, which is the largest route in the Coachella Valley, which actually takes from Coachella all the way into Palm Springs. They're going to split it now at the mall and turn it around and have an extra bus. So instead of every 40 minutes that the buses were coming during the day, every hour, it's going to go 3 times an hour. Every 20 minutes, you'll have a new bus, and then it'll come through. And so you'll have to transfer at the mall to go to Palm Springs. It'll be a quick and simple transfer, but it's going to be about a third of the time for most individuals to get from one side of the valley to the next, which is good. And our new line that goes to Cal State San Bernardino, not only to the San Bernardino area, but also our campus here, is going to have another quick extra route line going, because a lot of our students aren't able to get the classes they need here in the Coachella Valley and are going to the San Bernardino campus. So this will have an extra bus to take us from the Coachella Valley into San Bernardino to be able to get the classes. So good stuff there. We had a clean audit. We had our audit for 2022, 2021, and it came back clean with no issues. So that was good. And then just as like everybody else, the tree lighting was excellent. The tree, thank Jim and everybody, the staff that put it on, the singers and all the community for coming out, and the Tamale Festival. I think it was phenomenal in Miles Park. I think, to my personal opinion, I think we had much more people there. It was easier to get around, less congested. Hats off to everyone there. And I do agree with Councilmember Fermon that I think it should be probably our permanent home to be able to do the Tamale Festival. If you want to grow, I don't think we're going to be able to grow downtown, but I think we can grow in Miles Park, and as we can go down further down Miles Avenue. So congratulations to everyone. And then the last one, and I haven't heard anybody talk about, was the Indio Powwow at the Cabazon Band of Kuya Indians. It's always an exciting event. It's amazing to watch their culture and the not only the dancers, but the whole show, I guess you want to call it, because it's just amazing what they put on. So a great opportunity. If you haven't been to the powwow next year, put that on your calendar and you will be pleasantly surprised at how amazing it is. So Mr. Mayor, thank you very much, and Merry Christmas, Happy Hanukkah, and to everyone, and Happy Holidays.
Thank you, Councilmember Miller. We'll move on to Ms. Ramos-Amit?
Thank you, Mayor. The only committee that I attended in the last 30 days was the Desert Recreation District. City manager and I were present. We congratulated the Desert Recreation District new member, and we also congratulated them on the passage of their measure, which is going to bring more revenue to the district so that they can provide more services to our community. We did have some general discussions. The discussions will be ongoing. And as soon as we have some kind of a plan of action from the Desert Recreation District, we will share that back with the entire council. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Mayor Pro Tem. I had one meeting with the SCAG Economic Summit. We studied, they were talking about some of the studies going on in the region. Some of the things that they were mentioning is that the public-private partnerships in our region, they're a lot more successful when they have the best community input. So they were just talking about different ways that we can get the community involved and having them have really deep, meaningful impact into the projects that go on in our communities. Another interesting number that they shared was when you look at some of the economic inequities in our communities, if we were to address some of those economic inequities in our country now, in the next 5 years, overall, we could generate $5 trillion more throughout our country. The other number they shared is if we would have addressed those inequities 20 years ago, we would be above $16 trillion in economic growth throughout our country. So that was something interesting that they shared throughout that meeting as well. I also joined Councilmember Waymond Fermon at our Peace Officers and Public Safety Luncheon, where we honored Officer Brian Trainum, who's helped remove over 70 illegal firearms from our community. So congratulations to Officer Trainum and all of our other awardees from the Coachella Valley. The tree lighting ceremony was great, so thank you to our staff and thank you to our Youth Advisory Council for the help in organizing that event. I know people really enjoyed that. And also Tamale Festival, you know, we had great food, great entertainment, good turnout this year, great new location on Miles Park. I agree with our other council members. That looks like a great place to go back and have it again next year. So really excited to see the potential of that new location for our festival and for possibly other future festivals. So great job to our team and also CUSP agency on their work there and everybody who participated, all the workers who helped us out that weekend. Also attended the powwow. It was a great event. Always, you know, at the Fantasy Springs Casino, you get to see a lot of different cultural events there from the tribes from around our region. A lot of great art, great gifts, and just a great sense of community there. So it's always good to join them for that. Also, just wanted to remind everyone to come out to our second Saturday event in downtown Indio this Saturday at 6 p.m. And we also have our farmers market 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. So we hope to see you there this weekend. And that's all I have. I wanted to see if before we move on to appointments, would our Youth Advisory Council like to be dismissed?
Yes, please.
All
and
right.
I would also like to wish everyone a happy holiday.
All right. Thank you. Thanks for joining us. Yeah.
Candy.
Oh, that one?
We got these. This one's ours too.
Oh, nice. Yeah. You want to take that one for you guys? Share with your friends over there. Yeah. You're welcome. All right. We'll go ahead and move on to our next item, number 12, appointments. And first one, we have the appointment of Nicole Arciga to the Community Services Commission. Ms. Sabdi Sanchez.
Yes, and this is an appointment by Mayor Pro Tem Ramos-Amit.
Okay.
Nicole is actually not in today. She's not present, but you can, if okay with everyone, you can give consensus to appoint.
Do we need a motion?
No motion, just consensus.
No motion, just consensus? So we do a roll call vote?
Just a consensus.
Oh, okay. Everybody good?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, congratulations to Nicole Arciga and welcome to the Community Services Commission. Next one we have 12.2, appointment of Alaciel Vasquez to the Sustainability Commission.
And same, there's a vacancy in the Sustainability Commission, and this is your appointee. And I believe he is present.
Yes.
So if you would like to, again, this is by consensus of the council. And after the consensus, I will give him the oath since he is present.
All right, do we have consensus?
Absolutely.
Yes.
Welcome aboard.
Looks like we're good to go.
Okay.
And we'll bring him up for his oath.
Mr. Vasquez?
Mr. Vasquez is a good friend of mine. He works managing projects for a light company, but he's also been working on his own business, working with solar panels and the cleaning of solar panels. So he's interested in those industries and will help us in researching doing some research on renewable energy here and helping us out with their sustainability commission. So thank you.
You raise your right hand and then repeat after me. I, and then state your name.
I, Alaciel Vasquez,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support and defend
that I will support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California,
and the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties I am about to enter.
the duties I'm about to enter.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Vasquez, for your commitment to our community. Appreciate it.
Give me a quick signature there.
Quick words, just thank you to everyone here. Congratulations to all the new appointees, and sir, congratulations with everyone, and thank you all. So excited to be part of the commission there.
Thank you. Thank you. We'll move on to item number 12.3, mayor appointments for external and internal committees, commissions, and boards. I think we only have one change, and then we're adding one, right?
I believe we made the changes prior to adding it to the agenda.
Oh yeah, I
so-
just meant from the
Yes.
previous one. We're changing just those spots. And all we need is
So,
consensus here as
If
well.
there are no changes, the council may ratify the by consensus as well.
Okay.
Yes,
Good
yes,
to
and
go.
also for the Mountains Conservancy Board, we do need a vote for that. So if you want to do a
Okay.
vote,
So
we'll
we'll
take that now.
Okay, we'll do the consensus first. We have consensus for the current boards. Everybody's okay?
Yes.
Mayor Pro Tem?
Yes.
So now for the Mountains
Now
Conservancy
for the
Board.
Mountains Conservancy Board, we'll do a roll call vote.
Yes, council, well, first, motion.
We'll get a motion, please.
Make the motion. Well, what does the motion need to say with respect to the Conservancy Board? I'm the appointee. So make a motion to continue Elaine Holmes as the appointee to the Mountains Conservancy Board.
And I'll
Alright.
second that.
Okay,
We have a motion by Councilmember Elaine Holmes. We have a second by Councilmember Fermon. Can we get a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Fermon.
Aye.
Councilmember Holmes.
Aye.
Councilmember Miller.
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Ramos Amit.
Aye.
And Mayor Ortiz.
Aye.
Thank you.
Motion passes. Thank you. And we'll move on to our consent calendar. Do we have any items that we'd wish to pull?
I would just like to pull 13.10 just because it's awesome. And I want the public to hear that we are in construction and to the tune of 1.6 million for South Jackson Park and Davis Fields. And if staff could come up and give us a short synopsis so that the public can hear, that'd be awesome.
Appreciate that. Yeah, we know we have a lot of community members that have been asking for this for a long time.
Mhm.
So this is
Very
a
important.
great move.
Good evening. Congratulations, Mayor Ortiz.
Thank you.
I'm Timothy Wassel. I'm the Public Works Director for the city. And indeed, this is a very, very exciting and long waited for. We actually received a grant a while back. And finally, it was put on hold for a little while, and then COVID and everything else. And then finally came to a flourishing. And now we're able to move forward with this wonderful project. And in brief, the project will be adding add some trees, do some crack filling in the parking lots, some slurry seal, provide badly needed ADA improvements and parking spaces and access to park field amenities, as well as 5 exercise stations and planning both play toys and the shade fabric over the play toys at the soccer park. So we received several bids and we are within our budget and no additional funds are needed. And with that, we would recommend that you approve the award of the contract. And it's a local vendor who is going to be doing this project for us.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Wassel. We really look forward to seeing those improvements at our park. Appreciate it. We have a motion.
I'll move to approve the consent calendar.
I'll second it.
All right, we have a motion to approve the consent calendar by Councilmember Fermon. We have a second by Councilmember Holmes. Can we get a roll call vote, please?
Councilmember Fermon,
Aye.
Councilmember Holmes,
Aye.
Councilmember Miller,
Aye.
Mayor Pro Tem Ramos Amit,
Aye.
and Mayor Ortiz.
Aye, motion passes. Thank you. We'll go on to item 14, public hearings. We have developer mitigation fee reporting requirements pursuant to Government Code Section 66006. We have Mr. Rob Rockwell.
Thank you, Mayor Ortiz. My comments report will be brief this evening. Within 180 days following the end of the fiscal year, the city must publicly report financial details associated with the collection and the use of development impact fees collected and expended during the previous fiscal year. And that reporting must be done during a public hearing. Attached to the staff report are 9 financial summaries with details relating to with fees collected to finance storm drains, projects, road and bridges, traffic signals, park and recreation facilities, public buildings, police facilities, fire facilities, water facilities, and supplemental water supply. The reports are attached and they reflect the fee amount, the beginning fund balance, as well as the ending fund balance, the fees collected, the fees spent, 5 years of historical receipts, along with which capital projects received impact fee support last year and planned use of impact fees in support of current year projects. While it's not required by government code, we provide the reports to both the Desert Valley Builders Association as well as the Building Industry Association. While we did not get any feedback from the BIA, we did get a letter back from the Desert Valley Builders Association reporting that they were satisfied with the reports. So following comments from the public, staff's recommendation is that these reports be received and filed. And I'm happy to answer any additional questions you might have.
Thank you, Mr. Rockwell. Do we have any comments from council? Do we open public hearing first?
Yes, you have to open the public hearing.
Okay, we'll go ahead and open the public hearing. Do you have any comments from the public?
No comments, Mayor.
No comments. Do you have any comments from council? No? Mayor Pro Tem? I think she's okay.
None, thank you. Yeah, none, thank you.
Thank you. Do we have a motion to approve?
You gotta close it.
Oh, sorry. We'll go ahead and close the public hearing. Sorry, it's my first time. Okay. And this is receive and file?
Yes,
Okay. So we're good?
we are good, Mayor.
Okay, thank you. All right, that's it. Do we have any other public comments for items not on the agenda?
We have no comments, Mayor.
No comments? All right, we'll go ahead and adjourn. Our next council meeting will be January 18th, 2023. Thank you guys for joining us and have a good night.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Gosh, it's going to be a long time. Wish everybody well. We'll see you all in the new year. Thank you, everyone.